Hi, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. One of the latest comments that I had on my one of my videos was, how can we extract the data from the files that have been uploaded inside of a SharePoint list item? In this case, I have created here a SharePoint list called Excel repo list, and I have here two items. In the first item, we have here the title called demo data. I just placed like a random column I thought about, like employee. And here the most important one, attachments. And in this demo data item, I have two attachments, financial sample for 2013 and one for 2014. If we take a look, it's just a table with some demo data. And on the far right side, we have here the year 2014. And similar for the other one, it's just with data from 2013. And to make it a bit more interesting, I create another item in the SharePoint list, and inside of this demo data 2 with the ID number 4, we have one of those two from before, just to see how this looks like. And so how can we pull this data now from Power BI and display the data that it's inside of these Excel files inside a Power BI, and maybe in a table or visualize it, doesn't matter. It's just first the challenge to bring that data into Power BI and be able to visualize it. So if you want to learn how this can be done, stick around. And if you like the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Have fun. Okay, so we are here now in my Power BI desktop application, and what we need to do first before we start getting the data from here is to copy the root URL from our SharePoint site. So that's this one here. I'm copying that and I'm going to say here get data, and I'm going to start by using a blank query, and this will open directly the Power Query. And then I'm going to go into the advanced editor, and I'm going to write here a couple lines of code that I will be pasting also in the video description for you to use. This one is the code that we are going to use. So we are grabbing the source here, and here's where we need to paste our site. So our site is this one here, and our list is our Excel repo list. Now that's the list name. We need to paste it into this section here, and that's then going to grab the attachment and give them back to us. So let's click done. And now we have connected to our SharePoint list, and we have here this content column. And that's the reason why we do this, so that we grab that content column at the end. And that's where the content of our Excel files is stored. So other than that, we have here some other columns like name. Name here is representing the ID of our SharePoint list items. So let's rename this to item ID. Real quick, here the extension is nothing that we need. I'm going to remove that. Data access, I do not need that as well. Modified, created, and we have here some attributes. Let's see, we have the size, content type, and kind. I don't need this either, and I'm going on to keep the item ID and the content. So now we need to expand these two tables. We have here for each row one table. For the ID 3 should have two items, and ID 4 should have one item. So if we click these two arrows here, we see that we have some attributes that we can expand. And if we click load more, sometimes more appear, but in this case, no. So I'm going to deselect all of them, and I'm going to keep the content and the name. I'm going to click OK. And this is now going to show me here the content, which is the binary of those Excel files. And the name is the Excel file name with the ending, as you can see. And we still have our item ID just to make sure that we can sort them out. I'm going to place it at the left-hand side, since I like having the ID on the far left side. Okay, so now we need to extract that data. And to do that, it's very simple. You just use these two arrows here, which says combine files. This is something similar we do when we use CSV files or Excel directly when we connect over the get data or new data. And we get this combine files function. What this does after clicking is it will create this transformation. It's connected now to the Excel workbooks, and it will transform the data for us. We'll see it here on the left-hand side, that it will look a little bit different. For doing that, it's now asking for which tables or which sheets we want to visualize. So let's take a look real quick in the data. Let me open that. So we have here the financial sample 2013, for example, and you see that we have here the sheet 1 and this table. So if we were to upload or to select the sheet 1, then we would have to fix the table. But since this is formatted as a table, because you can see here with the filter options, Power BI recognizes this table, and it looks like the table also has a name called financials. Now you can see that this is a table because it has here these headers in blue, and it's a square bracket. I think it's really small on the screen, but I think you can imagine, or you can zoom in maybe. And here we have the sheet 1, which looks like an Excel workbook sheet with the tabs at the bottom. So we are going to select the financials, the table, and I'm going to click OK. So this now will do its magic and combine the data that we have in those tables and provide us with the information. If we click there, we should see here all of our data. And what I want to double check here, because as you can see, it did here some steps, and what it also did is removed other columns. Now this is the next remove other column steps. That's why it has the 1 here at the end. And what we can do is we can click on this gear icon here, and we can bring our item ID back. Because when I go then at the last step, I still want to have my item ID on the left hand side, just to be able to distinguish between the list items that we have in our SharePoint. Okay, so far so good. We can see here all the data. It's also formatted in the right way, almost, maybe. Sometimes it does it good, sometimes not. Here, for example, it's a whole number. This is a decimal number, but we're not going to spend any time formatting the data now because that's something that you can do by yourself as well. This is just to showcase you how you can bring this data in Power BI. Okay, so to validate if the data is looking good, we have here the item ID. We have the two IDs, 3 and 4. We double check here, we have ID 3 and 4. And let's select ID number 3, click OK. And now we have only the ID number 3 here. And in our table, the ID number 3 has the title demo data. That's something we cannot see here anymore. We can also bring that as well by going here in the removed other columns 1 step and say I also want the content.name to be visible in my table. As you can see, we have it here. That's a financial sample 2013 and 2014. But since we have, because we have filtered in the 3, item ID 3, and item ID 3 has these two files, 13 and 14. And if we go on the bottom or far right to the year, we see here that we also have some null values because, let me see, this Excel here, I think is recognizing some of the rows here at the bottom as blank rows. So if we filter here by the null, or just select the null values, we see that all of them are null except of this financial sample 2014. And let's take a look at 2014. Make this a bit bigger. We don't see here anything at the bottom. It looks like it's cut clean at the last item or row, but it looks like Power BI is recognizing that there are like 35 more rows there that should contain data, but are all blank. So yeah, I mean, that's something that you might need to take in consideration when you validate your data. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to filter that out. So this way, when my data here revalidates, it's all green. We don't have any blanks anymore. And we should be able here to see only our, we should be able to see 2013 and 14, as you can see. Okay, so my other list item with the ID number 4 should only have data for financial sample 2013. So let's test that out. I'm going to go to item ID, select only the ID number 4, which is my second item in the list. And as you can see here, financial sample 2013, we only have financial sample 2013 here. And on the far right, we should only be able to see data from 2013. And that looks like it's working. So I know that this data is very similar. It's not about the data, it's about the logic and how you can bring this data into your Power BI. And from here on, what I would do next is I would make sure that the formatting is correct, make sure that this structure is the one I want to have. Maybe you want to separate this into different tables and so on and so forth. And then next step, of course, if you have separated them, create a relationship between them, and at last visualize your data in a report. So yeah, I think this is enough for today. I'm definitely going to paste the first steps that you need to take for to pull that data in the video description, so that you have it and so that it's easy to find it as well. For the disclosure, I just want to share that I did not come up by myself with this solution. I was looking for something like this, and I found it in the Microsoft Fabric community from this, I don't know, guy, girl, person, and they had pasted in here and they said that it worked. So I gave it a try, I did some changes, and it worked for me as well. So I really like this short description here on the solution. Love the community when they come up with such solutions, and I want to share it with you since I wasn't able to find it that fast. I had to do some research, and hopefully this video will be helpful and easy to find for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this helps, and if you did so, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up to the video and that you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, have fun, and catch you on the next video. Bye.